Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Jason Duggar was the first family member to have a dance floor at his wedding. No one knows how to dance. Hardly anybody was dancing, Jinger, 30, shared. So there were some times when the DJ would turn on a song and the dance floor would be full, 'cause it was, like, the cha-cha slide or whatever. I don't even know if that's the name, but he would turn it on 'cause it tells you exactly what to do. So all these people would get out there and do it, and then he'd turn on the next song, and there would be no one out there 'cause no one knows how to dance or they don't want to get out there and be the only one. Vuolo, 37, recalled how the reception DJ was confused by the lack of people on the dance floor, joking it was a room of wallflowers when songs such as the Cha-Cha Slide or My NCA weren't played. I went up to him at one point and I said, "Bro, do you have any idea what you go into at this wedding?" And he said, "No, but it's wild," Vuolo joked. And then I said, "Dude, you just need to know, like, they don't dance. This is the first dance floor at a Duggar wedding." And he had no idea. He was like, "Whoa, that's crazy." Vuolo went on to note that the DJ broke the glass ceiling in terms of Duggar family weddings. Jinger agreed, adding, "Dancing is not part of the culture at all, and so it was just interesting. That was an experience." Jason, 24, and Maddie tied the knot on October 3 in Tennessee in front of 300 guests. Several of the Duggar siblings were members of the couple's wedding party, including brothers Jedediah, James, Justin, and Jackson as groomsmen and sisters Johanna, Jennifer, Jordan, and Josie as bridesmaids. Their nuptials came 2 months after Jason popped the question. Jill Duggar gave fans a glimpse into Jason and Maddie's big day by sharing footage and photos from the wedding via Instagram on October 6. In the clip, Jill's husband, Derek Dillard, showed off his moves by dancing along to Soulja Boy's Crank That. Jason and Maddie weren't the first pair to break Duggar family wedding barriers. On Wednesday's podcast, Vuolo stated that Jonna Duggar and her husband, Stephen Wisman, were the first of the Duggar siblings to have a first dance at their August 15 wedding. "It was beautiful," Vuolo recalled of the pair's big day. And so, then, Jason and Maddie had a first dance, but then they opened the dance floor. When Jason Duggar, the 12th child of Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar, tied the knot in a quiet Arkansas ceremony, few expected the conservative Duggar family to break any major traditions. Known for their ultra-strict religious upbringing and adherence to a lifestyle of modesty, purity, and courtship, the Duggars were the poster family for old-school values. However, Jason's wedding managed to surprise even the most seasoned Duggar followers. It wasn't the bride's dress or the venue that caught everyone's attention, though it was something that had never before been seen at a Duggar wedding: a dance floor. Yes, Jason Duggar was the first family member to have a dance floor at his wedding. The mere presence of it left many wondering if this marked a significant cultural shift within the Duggar family or if it was just a one-time experiment. It also raised an even bigger question: did anyone actually know how to dance? The Duggar family's conservative roots. To understand why a dance floor at Jason Duggar's wedding is a big deal, one has to first delve into the Duggar family's deeply conservative roots. The Duggars have long adhered to the principles of the Institute in Basic Life Principles, IBLP, a fundamentalist Christian organization founded by Bill Gothard. The teachings of this organization shaped the way Jim Bob and Michelle raised their children. Modesty, submission, and purity were cornerstones of their values, and dancing was largely seen as frivolous or, worse, inappropriate. For years, Duggar weddings followed a specific script. The couple would court under strict supervision, maintain side hugs, and share their first kiss only at the altar. The receptions were equally chaste, more focused on fellowship and speeches than any kind of physical celebration. Most Duggar weddings didn't even have secular music, much less a dance floor. A quiet rebellion. Jason, known for his somewhat quieter demeanor compared to some of his more outspoken siblings, has always seemed like a wild card within the family. Unlike his brothers and sisters, who jumped quickly into marriage, Jason waited. While his siblings, like Josh, Jill, and Jessa, all married in their early 20s, Jason took his time, focusing on his career in construction and staying out of the spotlight as much as possible. Some speculated that Jason's choice to take a more laid-back approach to marriage signified a subtle rebellion against the fast-track lifestyle that other Duggar siblings followed. So when news surfaced that Jason's wedding would include a dance floor, it wasn't entirely shocking to those who believed he might be charting his own course. However, it was certainly unprecedented in Duggar world. Was Jason sending a message about being open to change? Or was it simply a fun addition to the wedding that didn't necessarily signal a shift in his beliefs? The big day, on the day of Jason Duggar's wedding, the atmosphere buzzed with excitement. While much of the ceremony and reception followed the traditional Duggar formula, modest decor, soft classical music, and heartfelt speeches, the surprise reveal came during the reception. As guests milled about the venue, they noticed an area that hadn't been present at any previous Duggar weddings: a dance floor. Initially, there was confusion among the attendees. Some weren't sure whether the dance floor was even meant to be used. Was it there for decoration? A joke, perhaps? As Duggar fans know, dancing hasn't been part of the family's lexicon. The Duggars famously avoid anything that might tempt them toward worldly behavior. In many conservative Christian circles, dancing can be viewed as an activity that could lead to sin, particularly if the dancing is between unmarried people or is overtly suggestive. But here was a dance floor, a glaring contradiction to years of Duggar tradition. No one knows how to dance. As the reception wore on, it became clear that the dance floor wasn't just for show, it was there to be used. The problem? No one knew what to do with it. A Duggar insider reported that the family was caught off guard by the inclusion of the dance floor. "No one knows how to dance," one family friend allegedly joked. "We've spent so much time learning how to not dance, no one ever taught us how." Jason and his bride were game though. They swayed awkwardly to the soft strains of music, clearly enjoying their moment but still uncertain about how to handle the unfamiliar territory. It was a sweet, albeit slightly clumsy, moment that endeared the couple to those watching. A few siblings joined in, hesitantly taking their place on the floor, moving with stiff, awkward steps. It was clear that while they were breaking new ground, they weren't entirely comfortable with it. The guests react. The reaction among the wedding guests was mixed. Some, particularly those outside the immediate Duggar circle, seemed delighted by the chance to let loose a little. A few guests, including extended family members and friends from outside the IBLP community, made the most of the opportunity, dancing with joy and embracing the rare occasion. However, for others, especially those closely tied to the Duggars' traditional values, the presence of the dance floor felt awkward, even a little rebellious. Some of Jason's siblings seemed visibly uncomfortable with the situation, staying clear of the dance area and focusing instead on chatting quietly at their tables. For them, the idea of dancing, especially at a Duggar wedding, was an unsettling break from the norm. A sign of change. While Jason's wedding dance floor may have caught the family off guard, it sparked a larger conversation about whether the Duggar family was evolving. Over the years, several of the Duggar children have moved away from their parents' strict teachings, including Jill Duggar Dillard, who has spoken openly about breaking away from her family's rules. Jason's decision to include a dance floor, even if no one quite knew what to do with it, might be a small but significant sign that more changes on the horizon for the famous family. For now, though, Jason's wedding will be remembered as a milestone moment in Duggar history, not just because it marked the beginning of his new life with his bride, but because it marked the first time anyone in the family had dared to put down a dance floor. Even if no one knew how to dance, the message was clear. Change might be coming to Duggarland, one tentative step at a time.